Hey guys, welcome back to Mishmas. Happy Boxing Day. I hope you all had a lovely holiday. I have a fun video for you today. It is a video that is sponsored by Nordstrom, so a huge thank you to Nordstrom for sponsoring this video. What I wanted to do today was a video focused on clean beauty. Many of you requested that I do like a clean beauty video when I did my best of 2020, when I did my like absolute all-time favorite luxury makeup video. Many of you asked me to do one focused on clean beauty. I am not well versed enough in clean beauty. I've tried a few brands that I really, really love, and I love the idea of it, of course, but I'm just not that well versed. But I thought I would do kind of like a full face of clean beauty. I wanted to focus it also on some new products that I found from a new brand that I came across on Nordstrom, and I'm so curious about this. So before we jump into it, I do want to point out my candles of the day. So whenever I have candles burning in the background, you guys always ask me what I have burning. And I never put it in my description box. I never point it out. And so I thought I would today. So anyway, I have my Lilah votive set. This is the discovery set that I vlogged about, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks ago. No, more than a couple weeks ago, because I think it was before Mishmas. But anyway, it is a 3 votive set from Lilah, and this was the first thing that I purchased from Lilah. Of course, I've heard a gazillion amazing things about their fragrances, whether it, perfume or home fragrance. And I've been burning like all 3 together, and I love it. Like, I love the combination of all 3. So anyway, I will link this votive set down below in my description box for those of you who always ask what I am burning in the background. So that's what I'm burning in the background today. But let's go ahead and jump into this full face. So we're going to be playing around with a brand new foundation, a brand new concealer, and then I'm going to be finishing off my look with some other clean beauty products that I have in my collection. So this is a brand that, like I said, I came across on Nordstrom, and I just became really intrigued. So this is primarily a skincare brand created by this doctor. I'm going to slaughter this name. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Maybe it's Macrene. I'm not sure. Macrene, Macrene. I started to kind of poke around and look into this brand, and this is a doctor who really, really believes in clean beauty. Anyway, you can look up their website and have a really good read. It's actually very, very interesting, and it reads like a scientific paper. She's a doctor. So anyway, I have this foundation, which is actually a tinted moisturizer. I also have their concealer. Very, very excited to try these out. And like I said, I'll fill everything in with some other clean beauty products that I have from like Pkwy, Ilia, RMS, Lilah. While this isn't like the best of clean beauty, because again, I don't think I'm well versed enough in it, these are some of my favorites from these brands. So let's go ahead and jump into this tinted moisturizer. So this is what it says on the side of the box: anti-wrinkle, non-acnegenic, illuminating, moisturizing, and firming. And I do have it in the shade Light. It is USDA certified organic. It's plant-based, it's vegan, it's gluten-free, paraben-free, phthalate-free, sulfate-free, fragrance-free, acrylate-free, glycol-free, mineral oil-free, petrolatum-free, animal byproduct-free, mica-free, talc-free, and it's packaged in glass, and it's made in USA. I mean, intrigued, right? So let's go ahead and open this up. I don't think I've seen anyone talk about this brand yet. If you've tried it, please let us know your thoughts on this brand down below. I am just, like I said, just so curious about this brand and dying to jump into it. Oh, and there is an insert about the doctor in here. She has a BA, MD, and PhD, in genetics from Harvard, as well as a Fulbright in bioengineering and natural alternatives in agriculture. I mean, I am so hoping that this foundation works out for me. So this is what the bottle looks like. And this is the light shade. I think they only have 3 shades. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, I think it's just light, medium, and deep. It does have a pump dispenser at the top. Here is a close-up of it on the back of my hand. So it does have like a nice creamy texture. I don't see it really running. Let's see, 37 plant-derived actives in a buildable, lightweight tinted moisturizer, scientifically proven and dermatologist tested to reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, reduce the appearance of blemishes and spots, smooth skin texture, and soothe and hydrate the skin over time while providing buildable coverage as makeup. Wow. Directions: shake well before use, apply a pea-size amount to each cosmetic area, feather in lightly with your fingertips or brush until absorbed. I really prefer a brush, so that's what we're gonna use to apply this foundation. And I'm just gonna blend in. I feel like it's a little cool toned for me, but let's see what happens when it just kind of starts to settle in. And I'm gonna go ahead and apply it to half of my face here. I feel like this light may be a little bit too light for me. If I really like this foundation, I think what I will do is buy the medium, and I'll probably end up having to mix the two. So the coverage of this, I have to say, is a little bit more than I was expecting for a tinted moisturizer. I feel like there's a pretty decent amount of coverage. I want to say like a light medium versus like a light, which is what I was expecting. The finish on this is really beautiful. This is what I would call like a skin-like finish. There's just a little bit of like radiance, natural radiance, nothing glittery or sparkly or anything like that, but just something that looks very, very healthy. I like the way it's looking on my skin, despite the fact that I think the shade is a little bit off. It's a little bit light, a little bit cool toned. I personally would prefer something a little bit more neutral, but it looks really nice. It's sitting really, really nicely. I have that little bit of texture here, and it's sitting really, really nicely. And for those of you who don't know, I am 47 and I have dry, eczema-prone skin. So that's what I'm that's what I'm dealing with here. And I really like foundations that are nourishing, foundations that have the claims that this one claims to have. Really nourishing, just, you know, slightly blurring, a skin-like finish with maybe a little bit of radiance to it. That's what I really like. That's what I go for. So this one is really pleasing me so far. Yeah, really, really lovely. And I have like eczema scarring up here, and foundation often does not sit well there, but it's sitting really well there. Yeah, it's like actually smoothing that area out a bit. Looks great around the eyes. All right, so far, really, really pleased. My hair today, I'm not pleased with, by the way. It's not cooperating today. Unfortunately, today I cannot do a full day wear test. I am going to be leaving a pinned comment down below, just letting you know how everything wore, if I still liked it by the end of the day. I'm filming this on Christmas Day, which is why I can't do a full day wear test, but I will have this makeup on all day, and I will let you know. I will let you know down below. So definitely check my pinned comment down below. So let me go ahead and pump out another pump and apply it to the rest of my face. Okay, there it is all over my skin. I think you can see now how light and cool toned this is. Yeah, I just don't think the color is a good match for me. But aside from that, I love the way this feels on my skin. It feels like a moisturizer. You definitely don't need a lot of this. I thought for a tinted moisturizer, like I pumped out a whole pump for this side of my face. I didn't even need like half of it. So you do not need a lot of this product, which is good. I think I went a little overboard. I started to apply on my forehead and I spread it down here. So I have a lot of product here, which is not helping the fact that this foundation is a little bit too light for me. But anyway, like I said, I really like the finish of this. I love the way this feels on the skin. It doesn't feel tacky at all. It really feels like you just put some cream on. Lovely. Let me take a close look around my nose, which is a problem area. It's sitting well around my nose, which if you guys watch my Gucci foundation full day wear test, that did not sit well around my nose. So I'm gonna zoom in again and see if you guys can see. I know it's hard to see like little breaking up or whatever, but there's nothing of the sort with this foundation. This foundation really feels like it's just become like one with my skin. It just feels really, really good. All right, let's move on to the concealer from the same brand. I'm not gonna pronounce it because I just know I'm going to slaughter it. I did also get it in the shade Light, and this is called the High Performance Concealer. And let's see, it's anti-dark circles, anti-red blotches, anti-wrinkle, illuminating and moisturizing. Again, it is certified organic, and that's it. Okay, let's go ahead and open this up. Wow, this is really heavy. This is definitely a glass bottle. Very beautiful. It has the traditional doe foot applicator, so I'm just going to start by applying a little bit underneath my eyes. Let's see what happens. And I'm just going to use my finger to blend in. I really have to take a day this month and just clean my brushes. I'm really running low on clean brushes. That has a very light coverage, so I'm going to add a little bit more. It definitely feels like skincare. It is very kind of serum-y. It has like a really creamy but lightweight texture. It's really quite nice. Again, it feels wonderful on the skin. I'm just going to focus it a little bit more on this dark area that I have. I have been looking really tired lately. Really, really tired. There, I think that helps a bit. So here's my tired left eye, and here it is with like 2 light layers of the concealer. I think that looks nice. Again, let me take a close look here. Oh wow, lovely. Really lovely. It's really done like a nice job kind of like plumping up my fine lines there. Wow, I definitely look well rested. I mean, I still have a little bit of puffiness, which I did not expect concealer to take care of, but I feel like it's done a really good job, like just kind of smoothing out this area. Doesn't this side look so much more well rested than this side? This poor eye. Let me go ahead and apply some concealer to this side. You know, it just dawned on me, this tinted moisturizer is not labeled to have SPF, but the third ingredient in here is titanium dioxide. I feel like that's what I see. That's that cool toned business going on in this tinted moisturizer. So I did just want to point that out, that there is quite a bit of titanium dioxide in here. So there may be some SPF benefits, but it is not labeled as such. It is not labeled to have SPF in here. You know, it's amazing. I feel like my skin has absorbed this foundation and it doesn't feel like I need any powder, which is great. It doesn't feel like tacky, like it's gonna move. You know, some foundations you feel like, oh, if I don't set this, it's just gonna be a hot mess. This feels great. Like I said, this really just feels like skincare that I put on. Let's move on. I am going to forego powder then, and I'm gonna jump right into bronzer. I definitely feel like I need a bit of bronzer with this tinted moisturizer shade. One of my favorite bronzers is from Lilah B. This is the B Sunkissed, and Lilah B is another clean beauty brand. And you can see that it is like a duo in there, and I just swirl my brush in both. So I've got my Chantecaille. This is just like a powder brush. It's not labeled. Oh, it's a face brush. And I'm gonna start on my forehead here, bring it down. This has like a nice, slightly warm tinge to it. It's like a peachy warm. It's not too orangey, which is really lovely. Get it right into that hairline. Yeah, really, really, really fresh, natural kind of bronze, which I think works well with this tinted moisturizer. I think if I took out a bronze that had like a stronger bronziness to it, I think it would look a little bit too harsh, but this has a really nice, like light, natural touch, which I think is perfect. Next, I'm gonna use a blush that I did mention in my like all-time favorite luxury makeup, and that is the Kjaer Weis Cream Blush. And I'm pretty sure this is Sun Touched, but because this is a refillable pan, I don't know the shade unless I pop it out. So anyway, I'll have everything listed down below in the description box, but I'm pretty sure this one is Sun Touched. So I've got my Chantecaille cheek brush here. I'm just gonna dip it in, pick up some product, and lightly brush that on. This cream blush is so amazing because I feel like you can use it any which way, over powder, under powder, tap it on, brush it on, like every which way it works. It stays put, and all of the colors are so beautiful, like so, so beautiful. And they just blend out seamlessly. I do love a really bright diffused cheek with like a kind of a pale foundation because I feel like it looks so Victorian. I love that. And then for highlight, I actually have 2 options here. I have my RMS like luminizer palette, and I really love the RMS luminizers. And then I have the Lilah B b.enchanting. This is the Glisten and Glow Skin Illuminator. I really, really love, I really love both of these. The Lilah B is definitely more of like a drier cream kind of formula, and the RMS is a little bit more emollient. So I think I'm going to go with the Lilah B. I think something emollient is just going to look a little bit odd, especially with this foundation that doesn't have like a ton of radiance. So we're just going to kind of go with the finish that we have. So I'm going to use the Lilah B. Again, it's the b.enchanting Glisten and Glow. And I'm just going to use my finger. And I believe there's 2 shades. This is the lighter one, and then there is a deeper one. And this is such a fun highlight because it's very subtle, but there are just little, like teeny like bits of micro glitter in there, which surprisingly does not bother me because it's definitely on the fainter side, and it just catches the light like every once in a while. I love it. Really, really beautiful. And as for brow gel, I'm going to use the Ilia Brow Gel. This is the Essential Brow. It's a natural volumizing brow gel, and I have it in the shade medium brown, and just brush it into my brow hairs. All right, brows are done. Let's move on to eyes. I was sent from Ilia these liquid powder chromatic eye tints, and I hauled them for you guys a while ago, and I just haven't gotten a chance to use them. So I'm so excited to use these today. These are the 4 shades that I have. This one is Calling My Name. I don't know, I feel like I want to do a little bit of a cooler toned eye look. Maybe these 2. Let's see what happens. So this one is shade Glaze, and this one is Hatch. So this does have a doe foot applicator in here, and usually when it comes to cream shadows, you know, I have a bunch of brushes that I like, but it takes me a while to figure out which brush works with what products. So we'll see what happens, but I do have my Chantecaille concealer brush at the ready, which is just like a flat brush, which is great for cream products. But I'm gonna go ahead and just apply it directly onto my lid here. And I'm gonna focus this on the inner portion of my lid because I may use that hatch color and use it on the outer corner. So I'm going to tap it in with my finger. I'm just gonna use the brush to try and get right into this corner here. The finish of this is so pretty. It's like an amped up satin finish with like a little bit of like, it's not really a shift, but I don't know, just kind of like a prismatic kind of effect. Let me see if I can build this up. I'm gonna add another layer on top. Just gonna pat some on, get some into that corner. And I'm gonna use the brush to kind of pat this product in. That's very, very pretty. It is definitely more on the subtle side. I'm gonna try the hatch on the outer corner. Let's see how this works out. This glaze shade is a little bit warmer than I thought. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more neutral, but there's a little bit of peachiness to there. So I don't know how this is gonna work with it, but we're gonna find out. This hatch shade seems to dry down a lot faster than the glaze. So it's taking me a bit to blend it out. I'm gonna try actually getting some onto my brush and then blending that onto my lid here. Let's see if that works a little bit better. This shade is not really working out that well for me. The glaze, I thought, really kind of like blended out nicely. Okay, I think I'm gonna take this off and just use the glaze shade. All right, while that one is setting, I'm gonna work on this eye. So I'm just gonna apply glaze. Yeah, this, for some reason, this shade is, it just stays movable longer, I think, than the hatch. The hatch I felt like set down almost completely, which makes a darker color like hatch really difficult to work with. Maybe I'll try this shade. It's called Sheen, and it looks like a bronze color. Maybe I can tap that onto the outer corner. Maybe I'll have better luck with this one. I'm just gonna apply a little bit. I'm gonna use my finger to blend out. Oh yeah, this shade is blending out nicely. So maybe it was just that hatch shade. There we go. Just add a little bit of depth to the outer corner here. This glaze shade is quite beautiful though. It has a really, really subtle kind of shift or like undertone of a really light kind of peach. It's really pretty. All right, just trying to even up my eyes here. I still feel like the side's maybe a little bit deeper than the side, but that's okay. So those are the Ilia chromatic eye tints. I really like glaze. The deeper colors, I feel like I am having a little bit of a problem, you know, just getting them to blend out nicely. It's almost like they set down too quickly, but maybe it's just something I need to work on. It is the first time I'm using these products. Yeah, I don't have any clean eyeliner, so I'm just gonna use my Wayne Goss eye kohl pencil in Precious Opal, and I'm just gonna add it to my waterline. And I'm gonna add just a teensy bit to my lower lash line here. Actually, it's more like my waterline. All right, I just curled my lashes, and I'm gonna apply one of my favorite mascaras, not just Clean Beauty, but favorite all around. This is the Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. It's so good. It's so good. So the wand has longer bristles on one side and shorter bristles on the other. And I'm trying to remember, I feel like there's a better way, like the shorter bristle first and then the longer bristle for the second coat. You know what? I'm gonna do the longer bristle first and then use the shorter bristle side. So there is the Ilia mascara applied. I really love this mascara. I really do. It looks really, really nice on my stubby, pathetic lashes. All right, and for lips, I am going to try out this Kjaer KW Red lipstick. I thought for this holiday season, this would be very appropriate. So Kjaer, being an organic brand, she's also very, very concerned with her packaging and, you know, if it's going to be recyclable or biodegradable, all those things. So all of her packaging is refillable. So this is a refillable lipstick case, and these are all made out of metal and very, very heavy, very, very weighty. So this is the KW Red color, and here it is in the tube. Isn't that so beautiful? Look at that red. Oh my God, it's so pretty. It's almost like a bright cranberry red. All right, wow. Not bad. Could have been a first, actually. I don't feel like I needed a lip brush to get that on. There is the Kjaer KW Red. Is that not like the most amazing holiday red ever? It has just the slightest hint of pink in there. It's so pretty. Well, that is it for my full face of Clean Beauty. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will leave a pinned comment down below letting you know how everything wore. Everything on my face will be listed down below in the description box. A huge thank you to Nordstrom for sponsoring this video. And give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will see you tomorrow in tomorrow's Mishmas video.